I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, and here are some of the top stories impacting Rutherford County on your Rutherford Roundup for Wednesday, January the 21st, 2026. Tennessee lawmakers are considering several controversial bills that could have wide-ranging effects across Rutherford County, including Murfreesboro and Smyrna. House Bill 809 would restrict the availability of farmers and others to sue over illnesses allegedly caused by pesticide exposure, so long as the product is approved by the Environmental Protection Agency. Supporters argued that the bill simply clarifies legal responsibility and protects farmers from increased cost. However, local farmers, including Justin Head of Smokin' Oats Organic Farms, expresses deep concern. Head, who stopped using pesticides in 2014 after experiencing health issues, called the bill comical for implying chemical companies could be shielded from accountability. Jessica Wilson with the Southeast Tennessee Young Farmers Coalition fears that the bill would leave farmers legally vulnerable while protecting large chemical corporations. Meanwhile, lawmakers are also pushing House Bill 1704, which would make it a state crime to remain in Tennessee after receiving a final federal deportation order. Though immigration enforcement is typically under federal jurisdiction, supporters of the bill cite taxpayer burdens and public safety concerns. Tennessee House Speaker Cameron Sexton pointed to crimes committed by undocumented immigrants as justification. Critics argue the proposal mirrors a 2012 Arizona law largely struck down by the U.S. Supreme Court for overstepping state authority. Immigration attorney Bill Gerstein warns that the bill likely violates the Supremacy Clause and sets Tennessee up for legal challenges. The Banning Bostock Act seeks to clarify that the term sex in Tennessee discrimination laws refers strictly to biological sex, male or female, and does not include sexual orientation or gender identity. Sponsored by Representative Gino Bulso and Senator Janice Bowling, the legislation would effectively permit discrimination based on LGBTQ status under state law and preserve sex-segregated spaces like locker rooms and sports teams. A second bill from the same sponsor would allow private citizens and organizations to refuse recognition of same-sex marriages, while shielding attorneys who decline to perform or celebrate them. Bulso insists that the bill merely reaffirms state authority and do not override federal law. But LGBTQ advocates such as Chris Sanders of the Tennessee Equality Project argue that the legislation is dangerous, warning that it could lead to denial of services in critical areas like banking and healthcare. Meanwhile, back home in Murfreesboro, David Ross, age 57, has turned himself in following an indictment by a Rutherford County grand jury. He's accused of stealing between $60,000 and $250,000 while affiliated with at least one nonprofit and faces additional charges related to identity misuse. Ross was briefly held at the Rutherford County Adult Detention Center before being released on a $25,000 bond. He's known for his involvement with First Shot Basketball and the Catalyst program through the United Way. Ross is scheduled to return to court in April. A Murfreesboro woman was injured and a Nashville man killed in a tragic two-vehicle crash early Friday morning in Davidson County. According to Metro Nashville Police, the collision occurred around 2 a.m. on Old Hickory Boulevard at Zermatt Avenue. Investigators say that 36-year-old Katara Johnson of Murfreesboro was driving a 2005 Lincoln Grand Marquis westbound and attempted to turn left onto Zermatt Avenue when her vehicle was struck by an oncoming Honda Accord. Police confirmed that neither Johnson nor her passenger, 42-year-old Markeith Miller of Nashville, were wearing seatbelts. Miller died at the scene, while Johnson sustained non-life-threatening injuries and was transported to Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Authorities believe failure to yield the right-of-way was a contributing factor, and the investigation continues to determine if speed or impairment were involved. This crash comes as Rutherford County braces for what could be the most significant winter storm in decades. Brian Barrett of Rutherford Weather reports that a long-duration snow event beginning on Friday night could paralyze travel throughout Murfreesboro and Smyrna. National Weather Service meteorologist Alex Sizemore warned of 3 inches or more of snow, with heavy accumulation Saturday and lingering impacts through early next week. The storm is expected to bring dangerously low temperatures, with single digits possible on Sunday and Monday nights. Officials urge residents to prepare now, as sub-freezing conditions may persist until midweek, extending power outages and hazardous road conditions across Rutherford County. That's all for now. For more updates on these and many more local news stories, be sure to check out our website, wgnsradio.com. You can also follow us on social media at News Radio WGNS on Facebook, as well as X. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to leave a rating or a review on Spotify and iTunes, a comment on YouTube, or share it with a friend. I'm Dalton Barrett for News Radio WGNS, part of your Good Neighbor Network, and I'll talk to you later.